Hello friends and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, I'm John and this is Timberborn. Like and subscribe. Okay, let's get going. What are we doing? Well, last episode we set up a couple of water wheels and a bad water discharge thing on here, which is currently open because we're currently running bad water down through. We've dammed off this section, or levied off this section here. So this should stay mostly fresh. During a bad water, we are going to get some spillage in this way until we do something around here to keep all of this fresh. What that is going to be, I don't know. We could... What could we do? I mean, we could partition it here. With levees. That would drive everything this way. And that might not be wide enough to cope. So we'd probably want to come across here. And put floodgates or dams in across there. Probably floodgates. Or we could use sluices, couldn't we? Yeah, that's an idea. So we'd only have water being able to flow this way through, so we'd get no bad water backing up into that. And we'd be able to set it to keep this reasonably full, wouldn't we? I mean, we might as well just use floodgates at that point, I suppose. Save ourselves the resources. Just keep them set to maybe 0.75, something like that. But that's something we can do. We also built a path down here from the robot district down to this set of underground ruins over here, so we can get metal out of there with, I think, yeah, gears and treated planks. Treated planks, not a problem. Gears, less ideal. But, you know, we can work on that. Yeah, at the moment I've got our bot assemblers switched off. So that we can build up another bit of a stockpile of bot parts. We've currently got 5 unemployed bots in this district, so we're safe from a couple of breakdowns. So we should be able to build up a reasonable stock of parts, and then I'll switch these off and switch the bot part factory back on again. Power-wise, we're doing okay, but yeah, we just jumped up again because one of these has been used. We've got a couple more that aren't being used, so I'm going to leave it so we've got plenty of power for these recharge stations. Okay, over here, if we get rid of the water for a second, we are in the process of laying in explosives to deepen this lagoon as well. That's going to take a while because we need 240 explosives and we have 6. Yeah. It's going to take a little while. But we're used to waiting for explosives. That's what happens. Over in this district, somebody mentioned that we could put in decoration along here. And we still can. I just need to make sure that I bring the paths out and back in. So we leave space up against the buildings here. And we will start off, I think... Yeah, let's get a beaver statue in, shall we? Which way are you facing? You're facing the right way. If I put you there... You'll cover 3. So I'm still going to need to put one there anyway. Okay, well, we'll start with one just there. What other decoration could we have? We could have a lantern, couldn't we? Let's unlock a lantern and pop a lantern in there. There we go. And then we'll repeat that at the other end. In fact, we can repeat those all the way down so that we've got lighting affecting all of the housing. That'll do, but we'll start with those. That's 30 metal blocks. We have plenty in general, but we only have 15 in this district. We do have storage for them somewhere. There we go, we have storage for them. That's fine. Okay, it's getting dark, so I'll spin on. I haven't decided what I'm going to put up on these power wheels yet. We're producing 537 power pretty consistently through there. Yeah, I don't think... Oh, I was going to say maybe changing the shape of this might increase that flow, but I don't think it will. I don't think there's anything we can really do with that. So yeah, we're getting 537 power out of there. We could put in a food factory. That's not a terrible idea. And honestly, hydroponic gardens wouldn't be bad either. Can we run those with bots? That's a good question. I don't know. Let's have a look. We should be able to, I would have thought. We'll unlock it. And yes, we can unlock it for bots. Okay, so let us put in 2 of those to start with. I think. And we'll pop in steps up like so. Okay, so we will unlock it for bots, 750. That's fine. And what are we going to make? Mushrooms or algae? Let's go with mushrooms. 192 hours to produce 45 mushrooms. Okay. That's fine. We might need another one on top to make a decent supply. And then... No, we don't want mushrooms. We want algae. Switch over to algae, please. There we go. We do have water, or we should have water stored up here, but it'll need to be shipped across. I mean, there's no reason why we couldn't put a water pump in, is there? No. Let's put a water pump in as well. Obviously, it's not going to function during the drought until we block this section off and create another freshwater lagoon over here. Building lacks workers. Where? There. Now it doesn't. Get on with it. Okay. What was I doing? Yes, I was going to unlock and put in a food factory. Power connection is blocked. Oh, yes, this one only goes in the middle, doesn't it? So I can't put it in there. Fine, I'll put it in there. And bring across a power connection like so. And bring that in. And you are going to be making algae rations. And you're going to be unlocked for bots. There we go. Okay, right. Now I'll need to think about storage. But we'll wait until we've got plenty of time. Because that's going to take 288 hours to produce anything at all. Yeah. Alright. That's some stuff for them to be getting on with. I'll spin on. Day 9 has arrived. As you can see, I've laid in the 2 beaver statues and 4 lamp posts to give plenty of decoration up behind these houses here. And in front of the ones we're going to lay on top. We have a lot of unemployed beavers still. I've shut off a bunch of these breeding pods. And done the same down here. Shut off these 2 ones that, for some reason, we'd never switched over to advanced breeding pods. Yeah. We can actually probably just delete these, can't we? That'll open up a little space. We could put some housing in there, but we don't need it at the moment. We're okay for housing. Up in our bot district, we had a bot death wave. So I've switched off our part factories and switched on the assembler. The trouble is we're not really keeping up with the deaths at the moment. Or we're barely keeping up with the deaths at the moment. So we don't even have enough beavers currently to open up our bot assembler here. So I could shut some things down, couldn't I? Let's have a look. We have plenty of treated planks, so let's pause that for a second. We have plenty of planks, so let's pause that for a second. That gives us a couple of spare beavers. Let's open up that. And as soon as it starts drawing power, there we go. We could... Oh, no. I was going to say we could turn another engine off, but I think we'll probably leave it for now. Wood-wise in this district, we're not doing great. We are collecting some of these pines as they're coming in. The oaks are only a couple of days off of growing up, so that's good. We're probably going to want another water wheel in this district, although we do a water pump rather. Although we are doing okay. No, we're all right for that for the moment. That's fine. We are nearly 70% of the way through producing our first batch of algae. I have put in some storage up here for algae and algae rations when we make them. I don't know how quickly we're going to get through what we produce. I suspect we're going to need more hydroponic gardens. I seem to recall that we needed plenty previously. Yeah, other than that, I've set up some water wheels. This is the first stage of water wheels. As you can see, they run right down the centre of that. I've put a bridge in across, just to make it easier to get across and build up on this side. Because this is where we're going to be putting in our battery arrangement. And I want it to be ridiculous. So that's going to take some planning. But we've got our first lot of wheels in. So let's stick in the second lot. Right, that's that second lot laid in. So we're going to have a third lot across the back here. And then we're going to basically remove this path and connect all of them up there. And then all of these up here. And then we'll split the power off, drop it down and connect the two up. And then we're going to need to figure out battery storage. Yeah. That'll be fun. Okay. Dynamite is still being laid in. And yeah, we're getting there. Slowly. What are we looking at? 156 missing materials. So, yeah. That is going to take a while. We do only have one of our explosives factories switched on at the moment, which isn't helping. We do have a few spare beaver bots in here, so let's turn this one back on. Hopefully we'll have the power for that. We should do. Without turning on another engine. I'm not going to turn on this additional lumberjack just at the moment, I don't think. I don't think we need it at the moment. I think we're all right. Okay. I shall spin on, what are we on? Day 9. I shall spin on probably till the drought warning. Okay. Day 13. Badtide is approaching. 3 days until then. As you can see, we're doing okay getting these water wheels laid in. We've just got the last 3 to lay in. That one just needs building. And these two need materials. But then we're done there, and we can lay in the final stretch along here. Yeah. Obviously, it's only going to produce power during the Badtide, but we'll get some idea of how much it's going to produce once the Badtide hits. We can measure then. They're not going down into this trench, so we can keep them building during the Badtide. So they won't get exposed to that, which is nice. In terms of bots and bot parts, as you can see, we only have 2 unemployed across the entire colony, one of which is in here. I have turned on both of these woodcutters because our oak trees are now coming in as well. So we're getting some additional logs in there. We now have 313 logs in this district currently, which is great. We could probably do with turning some of this other stuff back on, but we'll wait until we've got a few more bots. I have got the bot part factories turned on in order to try and keep up with the demand for bot parts. It's just about working at the moment. Quite how long it's going to continue working for, I don't know. Heads and torsos aren't really the problem. It's the limbs. They're the ones that we go through more quickly. So what I might do is keep everything running for a little while, build up a stock of heads and torsos, which we should be able to do, and then switch them both to making limbs for a short period, and really build up a stock of limbs as well. That's the idea. We've had our first crop of algae, or algae, depending on how you want to pronounce it. We do have a spare bot. What do you need? Canola oil, logs, and algae. We do have canola oil over here, don't we? Yes, we do. Is it worth? Yes, it is. Not even going to finish that sentence. Is it worth putting some more storage in up here for canola oil? And yes, it absolutely is. Where are we? Canola oil. No. There you are. You are hiding from me. And we'll set you to obtain. Okay, once that's built and starting to fill up, we'll switch on our food factory up here and start producing some algae or algae rations. And then I'm going to need to put in some additional storage over here for same, so we can actually transport it over into this district. So we'll do that and then start putting in some platforms there so we can access this level, and chuck in a medium warehouse right there, and you are going to be storing algae rations, or algae rations. I'm going to switch between the two, just because I do. Okay, right, everything else is going okay. How are we doing over here? Right, we're on the last one, and we're waiting for 10 logs. Looks like they're on their way, so that should be done. Okay, let's lay in the next bunch of power wheels as well then. There we go, that's all those laid in. And as I say, once we get to the Badtide, we'll get some idea of how much power we're going to be producing over all of this lot. We've got, what's that, 7 on that side, 7 on that side. So we've got 14 rows of 3. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Right, I'll spin on to the start of the Badtide then. Here we go, staring down the barrel of a 7-day Badtide. I mean, we should be okay. Oh, little bit of flooding there, that's alright. That's all being dealt with. And over here, everything seems to be going fine. Right, in terms of these water wheels, we've got 6 of them done. And we are just waiting for a builder for the 7th there. And then we'll be moving up along here. So we'll be able to get some idea of how much power we'll get out of here during a Badtide. Once all of these start to turn properly. There we go. Okay, let's wait until we get down here and we'll see roughly how much power they're producing. Right, here we go. They are producing, what are we looking at? 200 odd. So Oh, we're increasing up to 300. It's not bad. Are we going to have any flooding problems as a result? We shouldn't do. They don't slow down the flow of water. So we shouldn't have any problems. But again, we are getting quite full up here. May have to keep an eye on that. In fact, what I'll do is I'll separate out that lagoon there just in case we get any spillage, and then we can just flush it away down here. Yeah, I think we're okay, but I'll definitely keep an eye on it. So what are we up to? 400 horsepower. All right, okay. That's pretty good. And what have we got? 14 sets of that. Let's average it out at 400 then, because that will be easier. Somewhere around 5,500? Somewhere like that? Possibly. Anyway, that's not too bad at all. So we'll be able to charge up quite a few batteries with that and run quite a lot. I'm trying to decide how to do this. I mean, we've got high ground already up here. So do we want to come over here and put these batteries right up the back and just fill in as much of this with battery storage as possible? And then we can feed the power back off at the bottom here into this area. And then possibly across into the bot district as well. Because that's not a huge distance to cover. And we can use a lot of industry along the way to fill that in. Okay. Well, that's something to think about. I was also thinking about what I'm going to do with the power. And I think coming out into upwards... where are we? These upward power shafts... yeah, so come out that way and up. And then out this way. And connect up the two over here somewhere. That's probably the best bet. I'm not explaining this very well, but I know what I mean. And we'll deal with that once we've got all of these connected up. Yeah, all right. Looks like we're okay in terms of flooding or the lack thereof. So that's great. Over here, I've put in a couple of hydroponic gardens over here to produce mushrooms. Obviously, it's going to take a little while. But once the water is running again, we'll have plenty of power over here to put in a food factory. I think we'll probably need to put in platforms down here to support it. I think that should do. Where are we? Food factory. Yeah, we'll be able to stick it on the end there like that. And then we'll be able to bring the power across this way to put in more industry as and when we need to. Okay. Currently our overall well-being is at 22. Could probably do with some more well-being type buildings scattered around, couldn't we? Do we even have any back scratches in this district? I don't know that we do. Right, let's get a couple of back scratches up here, shall we? There we go. So, other than that, we've got showers, we've got a swimming pool, we've got an exercise plaza, we've got a campfire. We don't have a rooftop lodge. Okay, well, let's get ourselves a rooftop lodge then. It can go out here. A rooftop terrace, rather, not a rooftop lodge. I know what I mean. And in fact, if we stick a platform in there and... the shrub won't quite reach. Oh, well, we'll stick a shrub in there anyway. Right. I will spin on through the Badtide. We'll see how we do. Bots-wise, we're doing a bit better. Bot parts-wise, we're not. So, I'm going to risk turning off that bot assembler. I'm going to turn on this food factory, because that only takes one. Thank you, autosave. A sterling job being done, as usual. And I wonder if it's worth... Is it worth sticking in another hydroponic garden down here? Yeah, probably is. Probably is. Okay, we'll put you in there and face you that way. And then we'll bring the steps up and across like so. There we go. And you're going to be making algae, that stuff. Okay, I'll spin on. Okay, so a couple of days into the drought, and the water wheels here have settled down, and they are producing a fairly consistent 354 horsepower each set. So that brings us to just shy of 5,000 horsepower in total, I think, which isn't too bad. It's a little less than we were expecting, but still not too bad at all. And I think it looks quite nice. Just that row of wheels there, ready to power our industry. It's lovely. Okay, now let's start thinking about the power itself. So we want to get rid of some of these paths first of all. We'll come back that far to start with, and then I think we're probably going to need to do this one at a time, just to ensure. Well, actually, we can definitely do those two because they can reach from this side as well. Just to make sure they don't build them out of order, basically, and cut off their own access to them. So yeah, we'll build them across there. We'll join them all the way up down to here. And then, as I say, we'll go into an upwards power shaft to bring it up over the path that is going to continue on this way. And we'll connect the power up above it. That's the plan. Okay. Other than that, I've put in an additional hydroponic garden over here to make a few more mushrooms. We're about 30% of the way through on the originals. We are producing algae rations. As you can see, we've already produced 370 of them. And we still have 30 algae left. And these are just about to, or the first two are just about to deliver another load. So that's good. We're going to be well full of algae rations. How are we doing over here for them? Yep, they're starting to come across here. So that's good. Let's have a look. Distribution. Where are we? Algae rations. Export 100%. Is that what that means? Who knows? I think that's what that means. So we should send all of our rations over to the main district. Possibly. I'll keep an eye on that. But other than that, we're doing okay. So I will spin on probably to the end of the drought now. We've got our rooftop... I was going to call it a rooftop lodge again. Rooftop terrace in there and the decoration next to it. So we're getting a bit more of a boost to our well-being, which is nice. So yes, I shall spin on. Okay, there's the end of the Badtide. We did okay. No problems there at all. This should change overall fine. I've got everything set up, I think, correctly. So we should be good to go. I can turn these two pumps back on. We're running a little lower on water over here than we were before, because obviously we're not pumping any. We've just got bad water in this area. But we are doing pretty well for our algae rations. We have not yet produced any mushrooms, but I don't think we can be far off. We're about 3/4 of the way there, so we shouldn't be too long on there. So we can start thinking about putting in... where are we? A food factory just there. Like so. And you are going to be producing... No, we don't need that, do we? No. Pay attention, John. We just need a fermenter, don't we? Where are we? Fermenter. Like that. And then we can bring the power around using these platforms that I put in unnecessarily. Yeah, fermented mushrooms. There we go. That's absolutely fine. I didn't mean to pause it. Okay, so... Yes, all that is good. All that is great. Our connections are going in, as you can see. I'll just set up the next one. We've started building in the loop to bring them across. So it's literally just going to be a corner junction there and a corner junction there, and put into a probably a cross junction there, so we can bring the power either way. Be just as easy as connecting it up down to one of these wheels. Is just having the power coming straight across the middle. Yeah, and then we're going to build up here somehow to start putting in some batteries. Yeah. Still no idea how I'm going to do that, but we'll probably work it out as we go along, won't we? Okay, so yes, everything seems to be flowing now. This has just started turning, so we're going to be producing power on there. There we go. Maximum power gained. Okay, how are we doing? We have 6 spare bots in this district. Now we've got the 3 generators still on. What have we got turned off? We've got our wood workshop, our lumber mill turned off down there. So let's turn that back on. So we start to produce a few more planks, because we're running low of those. Gears were not too bad. We do have 2 gear workshops up here, but the gears are obviously being chewed up by the bot part manufacturers. How are we doing for wood? 300 wood. That's all right, isn't it? Yeah, we are still cutting. It's not like we've got a problem with storage, is it? Maybe. Should we get some more storage for logs in? It's not a terrible idea. And we've got the stairs already set up for it. So, yeah, let's put that in there. Is it worth then putting in another lumber mill up here? No, let's build up our supply of bots again. Let's concentrate on that. Okay. But that's where we are. Over here, our explosives are done. So we can set those off to end the episode, which we are going to do. So by the start of next episode, hopefully we'll have got all of this power structure set up, ready to build our battery storage. Hopefully. Yeah, I need to figure out what else to do. Over in this district we have 23 unemployed, and I want to put in some more farming. So, let's give ourselves a bit more space, shall we? Let's come across and lay in explosives to bring that section back. In fact, we can come a bit further, can't we? Let's come a bit further. There we go. So we'll bring all this back, and we'll probably have to put in a hydration point, so another swimming pool. Yeah, that's what we'll do there. Okay, and to end the episode, we will set off these explosives. So, thank you very much for watching. Please do give us a like and a subscribe if you've enjoyed it, you've got this far. Please give us any comments down below, and please join us next time. Until then, I've been John. This has been Timberborn. Please do take care of yourselves, stay safe, and bye-bye.